let's talk a little bit about homework, attendance, and grades. Homework is important to reinforce all of the math concepts that we're learning in class. It's important that you're practicing, understanding before you move on to the next topic. After you complete your chapter pretest, you should be working on this homework in my math lab. Remember, you must earn at least an 80% on each section of the homework in order to be able to take the test retakes. Once you've mastered the material of that chapter, you'll be able to retake your test, remember, 2 more times. So you're going to take the pretest on Monday, do as good as you can on that pretest, work on the homework throughout the week, make sure you get at least an 80% so that you can retake those tests 2 more times by Sunday. The homework is due by Friday each week. Make sure that you're organized as you're doing your homework. It's a really good habit to sit down and take out a piece of paper and show all of your work as you're doing your homework so that you don't make mistakes trying to do it in your head. I know it's tempting to kind of work casual as you're on the computer or try to do things in your head, but showing your work and being organized will definitely pay off in the end. Now, the homework that I've assigned is just a minimal amount. If you're struggling with any concept, please make sure that you do extra practice. You can always do each problem over and over and over again until you really make sure that you understand, not just get that green check mark, right? There's lots of extra problems that can be found in my math lab as well underneath the study plan. And so if you need more practice, there's lots of extra opportunity for extra practice in my math lab. Now, because this is an online class, attendance is monitored by your online progress. So every week, I'm expecting you to be watching the videos, completing the notes, taking the chapter pretests, working on the homework, and then completing those retakes. So I should be able to monitor your progress not only in Canvas, but also in my math lab. If I see that you are not active for more than 1 week, you may be withdrawn from the class with a failing grade. So please make sure that you set up a schedule where you're working on this class consistently. You shouldn't just be working on it 1 day a week. There's lots of stuff to do each week, and you should be planning a schedule where you're working on this a few days a week. If we were in class together, we'd probably see each other 3 days a week for, an hour each time, and then I'd be sending you home with homework each time. So you should be spending that much time at home on this class. Again, watching the videos, taking notes, practicing, pre-testing, and then retaking those tests. So this class does require a decent amount of time to be spent, and that's what you should be doing. Even though we're not in class together, you should be doing the same thing at home. I'm estimating that you would probably spend at least 8 or 10 hours each week on this class. So try to dedicate some time in your schedule, a little bit each day or multiple days throughout the week so that you can focus on this class. Please don't wait till Sunday night to try to get it all done. It will just be way too overwhelming, okay? Now, grades in this class are made up from a couple of different things. You have your chapter tests, you have your completed notes that you're going to take as you watch the video lessons. We have our course engagement activities. We have the midterm exam and the final exam. The chapter tests that you take throughout each week are 25% of your grade. It's really important on those chapter tests that you're understanding as you go through each chapter. As you know in math, that when you learn chapter 1, it's really important that you have that good foundation because you're going to use chapter 1 and chapter 2. And in chapter 3, you're going to use chapter 1 and chapter 2. So it kind of builds on itself. So it's really important that you're understanding as we go along. And then it's really important that you're understanding for those bigger exams like the midterm and the final. The midterm and the final make up a majority of your grade, 30% each. That's 60% of your grade coming from just those 2 exams alone. So it's really important that you're understanding throughout with those chapter tests, but then making sure that you spend even more time studying and preparing for those high stakes exams such as the midterm and the final. Remember, there are no retakes on those 2 exams, so it's really important that you do well the first time on the midterm and the final. Your completed notes make up 10% of your grade, and the course engagement activities make up a total of 5% of your grade. We do not have any extra credit in this class, and remember, the only retakes there are possible are on those chapter tests. There are no retakes on the midterm or the final exam, so please make sure that you're preparing ahead of time because there are no retakes or extra credit in the end if your grade falls short, okay? Now grades are as follows, just like normal. In the typical class, you have A, B, C, D, and F. If you choose to withdraw from the class, please let me know so we can decide what the best path is for you depending on if you're on any sort of financial aid or anything like that. There is a W, withdraw, or there is a Y. For example, if you are inactive for more than that 1 week and I don't hear from you, you can be withdrawn with a Y, which is a failing grade on your transcript. So just be careful with that. Make sure that you're actively engaged and working and involved, and you communicate with me if there are any issues. Getting help. There's lots of ways to get help if you are struggling. Please reach out as soon as possible if you have any questions on anything. I don't ever want you to feel alone or helpless, so please reach out. You have lots of different opportunities. I, number one, am happy to help you however I can. I have in-person office hours as well as virtual office hours, so reach out, email me, and we can make an appointment to meet together. There's also the Math Solutions, offers free one-on-one tutoring, so you can always reach out to them for specific tutoring on information that you need. My Math Lab is another awesome resource for you that has lots of different resources, practice problems, extra videos, extra examples within the program, so you can use lots of their resources to help you as well. So please don't feel alone. We're here to help you. Make sure that you're actively engaged and working in the class so you can be successful.